Why don't we now go and add in the parent content, let's go and add a name for our restaurant. For that, I'm going to navigate to the type tool, and I'm going to click and drag a text frame out. And we're going to call our restaurant Pasta Passion. So I'm going to type in pasta. I'm now going to press enter because I want this to be on a new line, and I'm going to type in passion. I press the escape key. That gives me the same functionality as if I were to select the text frame with the black selection tool. And I would like to change the font, and I would like to make the font larger. For that I need to invoke the character panel. I go to the window menu, I select type and tables, and I select character. I want to type in Arial narrow. So with the font name selected, with our text frame selected, I'm just going to type in Arial N. Arial narrow regular. There we go. I'm now going to increase the size of the font. The quicker way to do that is to highlight the point size of the text and use the up arrow key, and that will increase the size of the font. Now I would like to place that on the masthead. Just remember not to place it on the black line of the A4 page, because that will get cut off when your document gets trimmed. I would place it in about that position over there. In order for this text to stand out more against the dark background, let's change the color of the text to white. I'm going to click on the text frame. If I now go and I select from the fill color, if I select paper, because there is no white as such in InDesign, it actually fills the text frame with white and not the text. So how do we correct that? There are many ways of correcting that, but what I'd like to do is to, firstly, I'm going to just make sure the text frame is selected, and I'm going to go and pull down that color list and select none. In order to change the font color, we need to double click in the text frame and select the text. Now when we look in the control panel, it's got the icon of the text, which means it will change the color of the text. Let's just use the arrow keys to move it over a little bit. And what we can do now is to replicate this onto the right facing spread. So we just click on the text frame, and we're going to press the Alt or the Option key on a Mac. We're going to drag it across. We can now see the green smart guides that are indicating that it is perfectly lined up with the original. And just for a better layout design, why don't we change the alignment of this text frame over here? For that, we will need to go to the paragraph panel. We go to Window, Type in Tables, Paragraph. I'm now going to align this text to the right. We can now just use the arrow keys, the left arrow key, to bring our heading, the name of the restaurant, back into the frame. We're now perfectly lined up. What I can do is I will probably be using character and paragraph together. So I will dock these two panels together. I click on the paragraph tab and I drag it next to character, and I can see it's outlined in blue, and now we have character and paragraph panels docked together. I think it's a very opportune time now to save our document. We never say I should have saved less. We always say I should have saved more often. They're computers, they will crash. Something will go wrong. We need to save it early on. I'm going to navigate to the File menu. I'm going to select Save As, and I'm going to select a destination location for our file. I'm going to save this on my computer or you could save it in the cloud. I'm going to locate the destination folder, which I have called InDesign Menu. Let's highlight the name and let's call this Pasta Passion Menu.